Worried about taking the train from Rome to Florence for the first time?
Don't be. We'll show you exactly what to do, step by step, from your hotel in Rome all the way to your hotel in Florence, or from your airport arrival in Rome all the way to your hotel in Florence.
No stress, no surprises, just a smooth trip through Italy.
Italy has a wonderful rail network, which includes high-speed trains by two companies, Trenitalia and Italo. And by high speed, I mean nearly 200 miles per hour.
And that's why taking the train from Rome to Florence is by far the best way to go.
Let's start with a couple of things that you can do while you're still at home preparing for your trip to Italy to make sure your trip is as smooth as possible.
First, download the apps from the two train companies, Italo and Trenitalia. That way you can see their schedules and book the tickets online. There's also another useful app called Omio, because there in one place you can compare the options between the two companies and you can buy the tickets directly there. Though we recommend that you buy them directly from the train companies.
That'll make it much easier if you have a problem like a missed train if you've bought it directly from the train company. And then you can go back and talk to their customer service.
Another app that's helpful is a VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. And what it lets you do is pretend that you're on the internet from another country. And that can be useful when you're trying to download the Trenitalia app, because we've heard from people in Canada and Australia in particular that they aren't able to download the app from their home country. But with the VPN, you can make it look like you're in Italy.
Also, another nice benefit of the VPN is that you can watch your favorite TV shows from your home country when you're traveling in Italy. We've used NordVPN for years and are very happy with it, and we'll put a link in the description box below.
Let's talk about Trenitalia and Italo. How do you decide which one to use? Well, they both offer trains about every half hour from Rome to Florence, and the trip takes about an hour and a half.
They both offer different levels of service, all the way from basic on up to luxury and executive class. Now, take executive class if you want to splurge. It's a nice treat. But honestly, for this short trip, the basic class is more than good enough. That's called standard class on Trenitalia and smart class on Italo.
Now here's a pro tip. Italo is often cheaper and it's more flexible on ticket refunds and rescheduling.
And another tip, if you're buying your ticket at the train station, the line is a lot shorter at the Italo counter than at the Trenitalia counter.
After you've chosen your class, there are a number of fare options. Some offer a full refund, some a partial refund, and some no refund at all.
Those are the cheapest. Now, if you want to pick your seat rather than having it randomly assigned, you may have to pay a small upcharge of about €2.
As far as buying the tickets, you have three options. Buy them through the app, buy them on the website, or buy them at the station.
Now, here's why we recommend that it's better to buy it online or through the app in advance. Number one, the high-speed trains often sell out, so you don't want to be caught short. Number two, when you buy in advance, the fares are often cheaper. And number three, having bought your ticket in advance will make your travel day a lot less stressful.
Another benefit of buying through the app is you'll have the tickets on your phone. If you do buy them on the website, you'll need to print them out.
And by the way, don't worry about not being able to speak Italian. The apps and the websites all have a version where you can get English or other languages.
Now let's get you started on your train trip. We'll begin from your hotel in Rome. Now, if you're starting your trip to Florence from the airport, the Fiumicino Airport, we'll cover how to do that later.
Though most people take a taxi from their hotel in Rome to Roma Termini, the main train station, you should plan to get to the station about 30 minutes before your train leaves. Longer if you haven't already got a ticket and need to buy it at the station. So plan your taxi travel time accordingly.
Your train will drop you off in the Piazza del Cinquecento, right in front of the station. You'll see a big glass front that says Stazione Termini.
Now there's construction going on right now in front of the station, so you will probably be dropped off to the left front of the building. If you don't see where to go to get into the station, just ask the driver or follow the crowd. It's not hard.
Proceed into the building, but be prepared to be overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle of people going in every direction.
It's sort of like O'Hare Airport at Thanksgiving.
Just stop and take a deep breath and follow the signs. Everything is well marked.
Inside, you'll find yourself in the main ticket lobby with the Trenitalia ticket counter to the front left and the Italo counter to the front right. And you'll see big electronic boards overhead announcing departures and arrivals of trains. So the arrivals will say arrivi and departures will say partenze.
You'll see there's a train leaving about every 2 minutes to go someplace from Rome. That's how busy the station is.
Now at the station, there are two ways that you can buy tickets. There are touchscreen kiosks, which a lot of people use. They do have instructions in English, but you will need a credit card with a PIN number to use them, and most American credit cards don't have PIN numbers.
The second option, and the one we recommend, is to go to the ticket office to buy your ticket. They'll speak English and it'll make the transaction very smooth.
Your ticket will have a QR code on it, and you'll show that on your phone when you're on the train. Or you'll show your printed ticket that you printed off at home or got at the train station.
Continuing into the building, the next area you'll reach is full of retail stores. Now, if you want a bathroom, it's on the lower level, so take the escalator down and go to either end of the building. Now, you're going to need to pay to go in. It's €20. And you can pay in coins, but we recommend that you use a credit card.
Yeah, I lost about €4 in coins on a machine that was broken the other day.
Finally, you pass into the concourse where you'll access your train's platform. There are departure boards all over in this area.
An important note, just like any crowded space, pickpockets love crowds and they love distracted people. So keep your belongings close, keep your wits about you, keep an eye on everything, and don't accept any help buying a ticket from anyone who isn't a train company employee and they have uniforms and credentials.
To find the track where your train will depart, look up at the big departure board under Partenze and look for your train company and your number. Now that's important because Italo and Trenitalia often have trains going to Florence that run at almost exactly the same time, and you don't want to go to the wrong train and get on.
Yeah, no, that would be good. So your destination is Firenze SMN, or Santa Maria Novella. That's the main station in the center of Florence. But the train's final destination is likely to be somewhere else, like Torino or Milano or Venezia. So that's why it's really important to know the train number of your train.
If you have any doubts whether this train stops at Firenze, if you look to on the right side next to your train, it'll scroll through the stops, so you can check to make sure it says Firenze SMN.
Another thing that you can learn from the board is whether your train is on time or it's late. Now there's a little column that says ritardo, and that will tell you how many minutes late the train is running, if it's running late.
Now, about 10 minutes before the train is supposed to depart, in a column labeled binario, it will post the track number where your train is going to be. Unfortunately, they wait till the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, so don't worry, it'll be blank, and that just means they haven't posted the platform number yet. So just keep an eye on the board, and eventually you will see the number pop up.
You'll be surrounded by a lot of other people looking up at that board, waiting for their track number to show up.
So while you're waiting, have a look at your ticket, and you will see which car you're in, or carrozza. And you'll also see your seat number. So that's what you're going to be looking for.
Once your binario, your platform, is listed, start moving toward your train, and you should move fairly quickly. When an Italian train is on time, it leaves exactly on time. And in fact, they close the doors 1 minute before the departure.
Just yesterday, we missed a connection by 30 seconds. We made it up to the train was standing there, but the doors were closed, and we watched it move out of the station.
It was a bad experience. If you do miss a train, go to the ticket office. Now, the lowest priced fares generally are not refundable, so you may have to buy a new ticket. So that's one reason to think about buying one of the fare levels that does provide some of that refundability.
As you're moving towards the train, you're going to go through the ticket verification gate, then move to the platform and look for the car number that's on your ticket.
Overhead, there are screens that show a number, and that's where that car is going to stop. Now, if you're confused, ask a train company employee or another traveler. They'll be very helpful.
Also, the car numbers are very clearly marked on the side of the train, sometimes painted and often with a TV screen that has the number.
A note, some of you may have heard about the need to validate train tickets in Italy. That's not necessary for a high-speed train. They'll get automatically validated when the train leaves. So you just need to get right on board.
So generally, you'll need to hoist your baggage up 2 or 3 stairs to get on board. Another reason to travel light.
Yes. All seats are assigned, and those row numbers and the seat number are marked on the wall. Find your seat and then store your luggage either up overhead or between the seats. Now, if you have very large suitcases, you may have to put them in the luggage storage area at the end of the cars. But if you do that, be very careful anytime the train stops that someone else doesn't get off with your bag.
Bathrooms are available on most cars. They're small, but they're usually pretty clean, but you may want to bring tissues or wipes just in case.
The trains are air-conditioned, quiet, and safe. At each seat, you'll find a tray table and outlets to plug in your phone, and there's free internet. Someplace near your seat, it'll show you how to connect. And there's a snack cart that will come through the aisle.
As the train rolls along, be sure and check out the message board that's up overhead near the door. It shows how fast the train is going, which is about 300 kilometers per hour or 185 miles per hour. And despite the speed, it's actually very smooth and quiet.
Soon you'll arrive at Firenze Santa Maria Novella, right in the city center. Now be ready to get off when you're starting to enter into the station because the train may be going on to another destination.
Walk into the station and out the front doors, and to the left you'll see a taxi stand.
Pro tip, if the taxi line is really long, consider walking to your hotel. Most are within about 20 minutes of the station, and you'll find that you'll get there faster than if you waited for a taxi. Another tip related to walking. If you decide to walk, there's a better way than trying to navigate the chaos in front of the station of multiple roadways and trams and cabs. And that is to go back into the station and find the escalator. If you take that down, you'll go to a little shopping area. Turn left at the bottom of the escalator and then take all the right turns. Soon you're going to find yourself able to pop up into the street a long way away from the station.
And that's a good way to stay cool on a hot day. You stay out of the sun for as long as possible. Soon you'll be checking into your lodgings and able to start enjoying Florence.
But what if you're going to Florence right after you land, directly from the airport? There's a train called the Leonardo Express that will take you into Termini, and from there you can take the train to Florence, just in the way we've described it before.
It's a non-stop train from the Fiumicino Airport to Roma Termini. It goes every 15 to 30 minutes. It takes about 40 minutes. It's air-conditioned. It has luggage storage. And it costs about €14 per person, or 4 tickets for €40.
We recommend waiting until you're in the station to buy the tickets for the Leonardo Express. There's no real advantage to buying them online. The price will be the same. And there is a disadvantage, because if you buy online, you'll have a specific train time. And if you miss that because your plane is late, you'll have to forfeit the ticket and start over and buy a new one.
Yeah.
Another point, these trains are often crowded and you may not be able to get on the first one.
Now, if you have a lot of luggage or you just don't want to deal with taking the Leonardo Express and going through that whole thing, you can, of course, take a cab from the airport to Roma Termini. You can go outside of Terminal 3, just go right out of the exit, and there's a taxi line right there, and it will take you to the train station for €55.
Now let's address a question we're always asked. If my plane arrives at 7:30, when should I schedule my departure from Termini to Florence?
We recommend allowing about 3.5 hours. So if your plane is scheduled to land at 7:30 a.m., we would recommend scheduling your train to Florence at 11 a.m.
Now, that may sound like a long time, but here's how that breaks down. We think you should plan on 2 hours to go through immigration, get your luggage, customs, and walking to the station.
Now, the train ride on the Leonardo Express takes about 40 minutes, but you may not be able to get the first train, so you have to allow for that. Now, you may get to Termini faster, but just relax and have a coffee.
So, how do you get to the train station at the airport as you're exiting the terminal?
From the arrival hall, either turn right as you exit Terminal 3, that's the main non-EU terminal that you'll probably be coming into, and cross the roadway to the train station across the street. Or, before you exit, turn right and walk towards the escalator that'll lead you down to a tunnel that will go under the road and come up by the train station.
Just follow the signs for the train station. Now, right before you go in, there'll be some ticket kiosks, usually with a long line. Just walk right past them and into the next room, which is the ticket office.
Now, you'll see a number of different ticket counters. The official Trenitalia ticket office is to your right across the room. But you can buy your ticket at any of the ticket counters. The prices are all the same.
Once you have your ticket, check the departure board, and when it's time, go right onto your train. Soon you'll be at Termini and on your way to start your vacation in Florence.
We hope that this helped you feel totally ready for your train travel from Rome to Florence with no surprises.
Let us know in the comments if you have other questions, and check out our other videos to make your Italian adventure go smoothly.
Ciao for now.
A presto, buon viaggio!